instructions and work through stations 1 through 3 before completing this. So station 4, we're going to complete today, as well as our focus question evidence for these 2 boxes. And then our focus question, we're going to answer this question with our evidence. And if you need more space, copy and paste this to create more space so you can change the font size as well. So let's get started in station 4. Let's preview our words here that you may or may not know. Influence, change, or have an effect, converted, act of changing from one religion to another. In this preview are questions. What do Muslims followers share? What do they have in common? Question number 2, you're going to find this question on the map visual. So we're going to go to here. It says question 2. This is a geography skill. About how many miles was Hijra? And so this journey from Mecca to Medina, here is a key. So there's going to be some estimation using this key and looking the distances and some measuring or some guesstimates. And then number 3, answer the question number 3, the mosque visual. So what shows that this is a house of worship? And lastly, there is a cause and an effect question. How might the economy be impacted by the people of Mecca converting to Islam? How might the economy, making money, be impacted by the people of Mecca converting to Islam? So that is our cause and effect question. So let's take a look here. Let's read through station 4, and then you will move on to our evidence and answering the question. Slowly, more people began to listen to Muhammad's ideas, but as Islam began to influence people, the rulers of Mecca became more and more worried. They began to threaten Muhammad as his small group of followers were with. To try that again. They began to threaten Muhammad and his small group of followers with violence. They even planned to kill Muhammad. As a result, Muhammad had to look for support outside of Mecca. So in 622, Muhammad and his followers left Mecca on a journey known as the Hijra. Soon after, the city was renamed Medina, short for the city of the Prophet. The year Muhammad's Hijra later became the first year in the Muslim calendar. Medina became a new Muslim community as more Arabs converted to Islam. Here, Muhammad became an important leader both spiritually and politically. His house became the first mosque or building for Muslim prayer. As the Muslim community in Medina grew stronger, other Arab tribes in the region began to accept Islam. However, conflict with Meccans increased. In 630, after several years of fighting, the people of Mecca gave in. They welcomed Muhammad back to the city and accepted the Islam as their religion. In Mecca, Muhammad and his followers destroyed the statues of the gods and goddesses in the Kaaba. Soon, most of the Arabian tribes accepted Muhammad as their spiritual leader and became Muslims. And this is going to be some information here to kind of show evidence of a change in Mecca. So when we look at Mecca before, which we did that already, we have the quiz question, how did Mecca change over time? Okay, this would be an event, evidence showing this like change from polytheism to monotheism. And so destroying statues, gods, and goddesses, this is kind of showing that change that's taken place. Muhammad died in 632 at his home in Medina. Although he didn't live long after Mecca became Muslim, the region he taught would soon spread lands far beyond Arabia. So this time, proceed. Let's see, actually. What do Muslim followers share? So you're going to answer that question. What do they have in common? So take a look and see what you can find in this. in these paragraphs to answer that question. And then I want you to move on to question number 2 and 3, and then press play when you're ready to go on to the next section. Okay. How did the religion of Islam begin and grow? So remember, this begin is origin story. How did it start? So how did it begin? Go back to some of the early slides, background information, message for Muhammad, and you can find information here at how it actually started or began. How did the religion of Islam grow, spread? What caused it to kind of more followers to join? And so we have stations 3, stations 4 to kind of cover some information there. So what caused it to spread? So you can find evidence, find 2 pieces for each. And then based off the evidence, I want you to incorporate these vocabulary words, 2 or more, in your response. And so for here, remember, we're going to have our claim. So let's restate this. It could be the religion of Islam begin with the teachings of Muhammad, or began because of a man named Muhammad, and grew over time because of his actions. So it could be something generic like that, and then you can add details about those. So remember, we want to have a claim, we want to have evidence, and then your analysis. Remember, analysis in your own words, explaining how your evidence supports the claim. Your evidence could be word for word. You can probably take a portion of a sentence, and if it's exact words, okay, of a sentence or a portion of the sentence, we want to cite it. Okay, so for this, we can just put, when we cite it, for this, we can just put like station 4, if it came from station 4, station 3, 2, or 1. So let's work through this, answer that question, make sure you have a claim, evidence, and analysis to answer this question.